Hi everyone, this is Ruturaj and welcome to our channel Joint. So in the last series of videos in basic section we saw about equity segment. Now in this intermediate segment we will be seeing about derivatives segment, equity derivatives. Here we will be seeing about options and then futures. So before moving into options or futures we need to know few basic terminologies, that is strike price, premium, expiry, time decay, contract, intrinsic value and time value. So we will be seeing all this with an example. So let's say Sachin is batting at 80. Okay, Sachin is batting at 80 runs, and now you want to take a bet or you want to play a lottery that can he score 100 or not. Okay, say for example this is in 46th over, right, and this is 50th over. So you want to bet that if Sachin can score above 100 or not within this time limit. Okay, so now there is a seller here, or the lottery seller, who is offering a lottery. This is your lottery, right, and you are a buyer. So you want to bet on this that Sachin can score above 100 or not. So you have to pay for the lottery ticket. So you have to pay for this lottery ticket. This is known as betting price, and this 100 is known as betting strike, right. So you are currently Sachin is at 80 runs and this is 46th over, and you are trying to predict that if under 50th over Sachin can score above 100 or not. So this is your betting strike price, this is your betting strike, this is 100 is your betting strike, this contract is your betting price that you need to pay to the seller. So this is known as premium in stock market world. Okay, so you have to pay the premium for this lottery, and this is known as strike price. Just like you want to play it on 100, you can also play it on 90 or 95. Can Sachin score above 90? Can Sachin score above 95 or 105? Anything. So these are all your strike price. So you chose that 100 is your strike price, and the premium that you are giving is the amount that you are giving to the seller. So now you are saying that how much premium you are willing to give. So you are saying that I would pay the difference between these two runs and the difference between these two overs. So what is the difference between these two runs? 100 minus 80. 100 minus 80 plus 50 minus 46. You are saying that I would pay maximum 20 plus 4, 24 rupees. Right. So just the difference between the runs and the difference between the over. So this is also known as the timeline. Okay. So now as you can see, this is the difference between the runs. This is known as intrinsic value. Okay, and this is known as time value, right. So this part is known as intrinsic value and this part is known as time value, because this time value denotes that how many overs are left. So 4 overs are left, left, so you are ready to pay only 4 rupees, and as the difference is 20 runs, so you are ready to pay 20 rupees extra. So in total you are willing to pay 24 rupees as premium or the betting price for this ticket, right, or this lottery ticket. So now say for example, now after this is 48th over. So after 2 overs, how much you would be interested in paying? After 2 overs, in this is in 46th over. In 48th over, how much would be you paying? Say for example, Sachin is in the non-striker's end and didn't got a chance to bat. So again, Sachin is at 80. So you would be willing to pay the difference between 100 and 80 plus. What is the time value now? So now you can see it is 48th over and only 2 overs are left. So how much would you pay? 50 minus 48, that is 20 plus 2 is equivalent to 22. So as you can see, as the time passes by, the value of the premium starts decaying or starts reducing. Previously it was 24 and now it is 22. So 2 rupees has already been deducted, right? Now let's see what exactly happened. So you are the buyer here and here was the lottery seller, right? So when it was 46th over, so you paid 24 rupees and the seller gave you one ticket, right? Seller got the ticket, seller sold you the ticket and received this 24 rupees as the premium. Now here is the open interest count. Open interest means how many contracts are currently open in the market. So you are one buyer and there is only one seller, so you both negotiated for one lottery ticket. So the open interest here is 1. Now say for example, at 48th over, how much is the price now? 22, right? Now say for example, the seller said that I want to close the contract. So the seller says that provides you an offer that seller wants to buy, and you said it's okay, I want to sell. So you are basically interchanging your positions. So you had the lottery ticket that was at price 24, and now the seller is asking that I want to buy that same lottery ticket at 22 rupees. So what is your loss here? You would be making a loss of 2 rupees, right? Because you purchased it at 24 and now you are selling it at 22. How much seller would be making profit? 2 rupees, the same amount that you made a loss. So you can see, just because of time decay, even if Sachin was at same 80 runs, just because of time decay, just 2 overs passed and you are losing money and the seller is gaining money, and here the open interest count would be 0 as the contract is closed. So initially you purchased the ticket, the seller sold the ticket, so open interest was 1. Now the seller is saying I want to buy my ticket back and you also sold your ticket, so your open interest become 0. So there are now no open contracts in the market. You lose 2 rupees just because of time decay and nothing else, and the seller gained 2 rupees. So you can see that the seller, irrespective of the market conditions, just because of this time decay, is winning. And believe it or not, in 90% of the cases the seller wins just because of time decay and nothing else. So in the next video we'll be with some more details on this. I hope this basic terminology is clear to you. So thank you, take care, bye bye.